Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristin and I'm here with day 25 of May I Scraplift You, which I'm combining with Christmas in May. And today I am scrap lifting Crafty Amanda. And this is the layout I selected because I thought it would work perfectly for Christmas. And I had the perfect collection to get some things used up as well as work with the layout. So I've got my Vicki Boutin Warm Wishes. As you can tell, I have used quite a bit of. I do have some duplicates in some things, but I have done a lot of damage to this collection. I think I have 5 full 12 by 12s left in this stack of scraps. I have a bunch of the chipboard stars and hearts and things still, but I'm working on that with this layout, of course. And I have this picture that I'm documenting of my daughter right here in a 8th grade choral performance. So that's why I decided to go with some of the papers and the things that I pulled out. And I'm going to try and use some branding strips and some scraps. And here is a white cardstock for me to base it on. So I've got my papers, lots of embellishments, but not as many as I once had. This fun picture and this great layout. So let's see how this goes. First things first, I cut down my star paper. Now I cut an inch off of each side because there's like that browning, grungy kind of tone to the stars, and if I cut 2 inches off of one side it would have cut all of that off. So I decided to do 1 inch off of each side and 1 inch off the bottom. So it is 10 by 11, and I am, instead of using 2 pieces of kind of wider paper, I decided I was going to build the little strips that come down. She has like an off-white and a blue, I think, that are coming down. One comes from the bottom, one comes from the top. And instead of doing that, I built these 3. One of them is a strip and 2 of them are branding strips on each of these. One will come from the top and one will come from the bottom. And the one I have that comes from the top has words. So that's why I wanted to make sure that it was facing the right direction. And the other one is the other side of that. So I'm just going to lay them right next to each other. So I've used some double-sided tape to get these stuck together. And I was a little worried at first. I didn't like it. And then after I got both of them on there, I like the way that it looked. So that's just the way it is when you when you just kind of go for things. And I cut too much off right here. Her layout has maybe an inch or 2 at the bottom cut off, and I obviously went more like 4 or 5 inches. So I am actually going to add some of that I just cut off back on after I look at what it looks like with the picture on it. Look at me being quite particular. So I put that there and realized it's not coming out from below the picture like it is on her layout. So I decide I am going to take the little scraps that I've got over to the left, and I'm going to add those on there so that they come down. Of course, you won't see where they connect and where I made the boo-boo because it's underneath the picture. And so unless you're watching this video, you would never know, right? And I love the way that it turns out. I love the strips that are on here. I love the fact that I used up some branding strips. And 2 of those have musical notes on them, so that makes it even better since this is a musical layout. And those stars, if you're not familiar with this collection, the stars on this black background have musical notes and words and stuff in it as well, which made this the perfect collection to use. And since I was doing Christmas, that's why I went ahead and pulled this picture out, obviously. And when I saw this layout, and it's a pretty simplistic layout in the aspect of you can do it up or you can leave it reasonably like simplistic, and I love that because those are my favorite kinds of layouts, because then if I'm feeling it I can just go nuts, and if I'm not, then I can just kind of do simple. And I never know sometimes when I sit down how I'm feeling. So this one kind of started a little simplistic. And then I got a little crazy with some word phrases and stuff. But for the most part, I used some scraps to do the little hang down. And that makes me happy because those are some pretty skinny scraps that are now out of my collection and mostly on this layout. So, and then that is the things that I have selected over there on the right from the sticker book and the puffy stickers. And I think there's only one chipboard just because I'm already got some dimension with those stars, and I am going to add some chipboard stars from my little accessory kit. So I decided to title this Fa La La Happy Holidays. So I'm going to put that little green Happy Holidays down there underneath that. She has a tag down there, and I do not pull out a tag. I am just going to use that Happy Holidays. But I do take this strip that came from the sticker book of stars, and I cut it in half. She has this really pretty little, like curvy, circular, a pretty little decoration. It looks like it's in gold down the bottom sides of both of the right and the left side of her layout. And so I thought that I would use these stars and make that same kind of pattern. And then this right here is a piece of washi, and it just says playlist. Thought this is the perfect opportunity to use that. And then anything else that sounded like music or whatever, or, you know, songs. I think there's a joyful, Noel, different things like that that I put on here. Anything like that. I selected rejoice. And this one right here actually says Christmas music. So, I mean, how perfect is that? So I'm just going to put all these word phrases and banners and tags and things down where I feel like it needs to be. And then those 3 circles are the date, and I'm going to put those in the bottom right of the picture or below the picture. She has like a pretty like viney leafy bit, and I don't have that, so I am going to use the date to put there. And I am also going to add some other little bits and pieces down there. And I put those little, one is a word, I think it says rejoice, and then one's 3 star hearts and one is a star right there on the picture, because there's that curtain from behind them where they're singing, and it's just a big blue right in your face. So I kind of wanted to cover some of that up. So I was good with putting the star down a little bit, but I didn't want to put it any further over because the point of that star on the left would have ended up covering somebody's head. So I love the way this layout turned out. It was a lot of fun to create. It was getting late, but I really wanted to get the next layout done. And so I went ahead and did a double whammy with May I Scraplift You and Christmas in May. And so here is Amanda's layout again. Please go check her out. This is her Instagram, and you can go and check her out there. See that pretty goldy bits over there on the side? I think those are so pretty. And then also there is a playlist for May I Scraplift You, and there will be a hop list for Christmas in May. So the playlist and the people who we've been scraplifting that Crystal Barrett picked to scraplift this month will be listed below, as well as a link to the playlist, as well as the people who are playing along with Christmas in May. So I hope you will go check all of them out. I really do love the way this turned out. Makes me happy when it all comes together. I hope you'll come back and spend some time with me again. I will be back pretty much every day this month. So tomorrow will be the 26th, and lots of things will be happening. So have a great day and happy scrapping.